but feel free to just sort of jump off mute or put a question in the chat. And if not, I'm going to share my contact information at the end of this, and you can email me afterwards if you have any questions. So, welcome to you and Rebecca today. My name is Sheila Gold. I'm the Assistant Dean of Recruitment and Admissions at Tulane School of Professional Advancement. And we're going to be talking about the graduate programs that we offer in our school and how we can help you get started attending. And we'll talk a little bit about the application process as well. So, Tulane University is made up of 10 schools, one of which is the School of Professional Advancement. The very first school founded at Tulane was our School of Medicine in the 1830s. Shortly thereafter, our School of Law was founded. And then after that, the third school was the School of Professional Advancement. It was under a different name, but our mission has always been the same, which is to offer a Tulane education to what we call non-traditional students. And that's anything other than the traditional, like 18-year-old who just graduated high school is going straight into four-year college where they live on campus and sort of have that experience. So if you have had college before and you're coming back to school, if you're working while you're in school, if you're raising a family or taking care of parents while you're in school, that is what the School of Professional Advancement has been doing for years. So we're excited to tell you more about the programs that we offer. So, a little bit about us. We are located on the Uptown campus, which is the main campus of Tulane University. We are in the Richardson building, which is that orange building on the top right. We occupy the whole second floor. So, if you're ever on campus and you want to come say hi, our administration, our faculty, some of our faculty members, some of our advisors are located in that building. We would love to see you. We're also showing you a picture of our student lounge because there's a big mural on the wall that was actually painted by some of our digital design students, and they came up with the logo "Where You Belong." And we loved that so much that we actually commissioned them to paint it on the wall because we feel like that sums up our relationship with our students. We love our students and we want them to know that they belong at Tulane. So people always ask us, like, School of Professional Advancement, what is that? Is that, really a Tulane school? Absolutely. Like I said, we are one of the 10 smaller schools that make up the larger university. When you graduate from the School of Professional Advancement, your diploma will look exactly like the one that you're looking at right now. It will say Tulane University, School of Professional Advancement. It will list your name, the degree that you earned. It will have the seal of the university, the signature of the president of the university, and the dean and the president of the. All right, Tulane graduate when you get your degree from the School of Professional, please. Okay, so in this webinar, and we'll only be about 15 minutes more. This is a pretty quick little webinar, but we do feel like it gives you a pretty good overview of what we offer. We're going to talk about our programs that we offer in our faculty, a little bit about our learning experience and some things that we think are differentiators from other learning experiences that you might have had. We're going to talk about our application process, and we're going to talk about the support that we give students so that you can be successful and earn that diploma that we just talked about on the other slide. So a little bit about our faculty. Our faculty are all called professors of practice. And why they have that designation is because all of our faculty are actually professionals in the field that they study. So they don't just teach about a field, they work in that field and then also teach about that field. And we feel like that gives you a little bit of a competitive edge because when it comes time to graduation and looking for a job, you haven't just been learning from a teacher who spends their days on a campus. You're learning from professionals who work in that field during the day. They come into the classroom, teach you to become the kind of people that they want to hire, and then you have have more information when it comes to interview for jobs. So a couple examples of that is Ashley Hand works in our public administration program. She's the director of strategic communications for the government of Kansas City. So when she talks about public administration and running a city, it's because she actually does that work and she teaches that to her students. Derek Bose teaches in our Homeland Security program. He is the former chief administrative officer for the Flood Protection Authority of Louisiana. Once again, doing the work, and then coming and teaching our Homeland Security students. Tyra Mitchell teaches in our kinesiology program. She has her doctorate in physical therapy, and she was the chief physical therapist at Ochsner here in Louisiana for many years. And Ralph Russo is actually the director of our cyber and IT programs, and Ralph was a former commanding officer for the New York Police Department, and after 9/11 put together their cybersecurity units, the very first one that they had in New York. So when he teaches his students, he has done the actual work. All right, so here's a quote that I'm going to read to you because I feel like it sums this up the best. Amanda Fennell teaches in our IT program, and she says, as a cybersecurity leader, I feel it's vital to prepare our professionals, that is you, the students, through practical experience, which is why I incorporate my day job into my classes at night. So she does her day job in the IT world, and then she'll teach classes at night and take all that information so you have current day knowledge that will help you get a job because you are on the cutting edge of what professionals are doing in the workplace. Okay, so there's two ways to take graduate education at the School of Professional Advancement. You can get a full master's degree or you could get a graduate certificate. A graduate certificate is up to 4 classes in a subject matter area. You can get those 4 classes, get your certificate and stop there, or you can continue on and get your full master's degree. It is up to you how quickly and how much knowledge you want. So we offer master's degrees in cybersecurity management, emergency management, homeland security, IT management, sports studies, liberal arts, public administration, teaching, and then we have 4 different masters of education in educational leadership, learning experience design, special education, and teaching English learners. So those are our master's degrees. We offer certificates in, next slide, please. Oh, we don't, do we have our certificates, Anne? Okay, thank you. So we offer certificates in all the areas that we offer master's degrees in, but if you don't want to take the full master's degree and you just want to take 4 classes in a very specific area, you can see all of them listed in the black font. So instead of getting a whole master's degree in special ed, you can get a teaching, or you can just get a certificate with a few courses in special education. Instead of getting a whole master's degree in kinesiology, you can get a certificate in sports medicine, in sports coaching. So that's kind of the way that works. Now, it's interesting for you all to take note that our degrees are stackable into our master's degree. So if you pursue a certificate, take your 4 classes, get your certificate, and you're enjoying the work and you want to continue, you can stack that certificate into the master's degree, and the certificate will count for 1/3 of a master's degree. So you're almost there. You've done a chunk of the master's degree by getting a certificate. So the options are there to do it either way. Next, please. Okay, so a little bit about the SoPA learning experience. So all of our master's degrees are online. We do this on purpose so that our students can have maximum flexibility because they tend to be juggling life along with school. So they're generally working, taking care of family members, and going to school. So it's easier to do remote learning so that they don't have to leave their house and they can either study from school or, I mean, study from work or study from home. With that said, it is not just sitting and going through PowerPoints on your own and then popping, some thoughts onto a discussion board and getting a grade. Our classes are extremely interactive. You will need to log on to classrooms through a virtual platform, very much like what we're doing right now, probably once a month. So you will engage in a virtual classroom experience. You will get to know your other students in your class. You will get to know your professors. You'll be able to make professional connections and you'll get to make friends. You also will have interactive experiences such as small group work. So you will work with other people in your classes. So you will be able to start building a professional network. Also, our faculty like to give different ways of teaching students that is more than just like reading a chapter. So often they will do interactive learning experiments where they will, for instance, create a lesson in the metaverse. So you'll have to log on to your learning platform. They'll have a scenario that you will need to solve. You will create an avatar for yourself. You'll go through a series of different challenges, and then you will turn in your results as your homework for that week. So that's fun, it's engaging, it's interactive, and it mimics the real life kind of work that you may be doing once you graduate. Another way that our faculty sort of change things up a little is they may record a podcast. So you can listen to 15 minutes of the podcast while you're driving to work, 15 minutes on the way back from work. You can listen to another few minutes while you're cooking dinner. It's just a very different way to engage with the material where you don't have to sit down every week and like read, a chapter. So we find that our students really appreciate the different styles that the curriculum gets delivered through. Okay, another way that we feel like differentiates us from other schools that you may have attended is we wrap our students with a lot of support. So you will have an academic advisor, you'll have a faculty advisor, and we have our own career advisor. Our career advisor we don't share with anybody else. It's just for School of Professional Advancement. She can help you with your LinkedIn page. She can help you with your resume. If you don't have either of those, she can help you put those together. We frequently do headshots for our students that are free, so that you can come and put a headshot on your LinkedIn page, a professional image of you. We really set you up for success when it comes time to applying for a job after graduation. All right, next slide, please. Oh, all right. All right. So another way that we help students move quickly to credit for prior learning, and many of our students come to us with a wealth of work experience and life experience. And so oftentimes our students will be working in the field in which they're going back to work. So if you have to take a class and you're like, wait a minute, I already know how to do all this because I do this at my job every single day. You can go to your advisor and try to get what we call credit for prior learning. And what that means is if you can demonstrate to your teacher that you already meet the objectives of all of the knowledge objectives on the syllabus for that course, they can give you credit for that course and you won't have to take it. You can do that for up to two classes on the graduate level, and that will save you both time and money towards graduation. All All right. So a little bit about our tuition. So I'm going to give you information about our current tuition, but please check back because our tuition rate is actually dropping. It's going down for the fall semester. So if you're applying for summer term, your tuition rate will be $3,924 per course. If you continue on to the fall, it's actually going to drop. If you're not planning on starting till the fall, you will start with a new tuition rate. So I just wanted to give you a heads up that actually the tuition is going to be cheaper than what we're telling you now. We also offer several 20% tuition discounts. So if you're active duty military or a veteran, if you already have a degree from Tulane, if you are a PTK honors scholar, if you're a K through 12 teacher, if you work for the state of Louisiana, or if you're a member of any of our partnership agencies. And you would probably know if you're a member of our partnership agencies, but they are listed on our website if you want to check. Okay, so our application lives on our website. So go to our website, sopa.tulane.edu. There's a big button at the top that says apply. Just click apply. And you're interested in graduate education, so pick the graduate application and you can go ahead and get started today. We do require several things for our graduate application. We do require a copy of a current government ID. For most people, that's as simple as taking a picture of your driver's license and just uploading it. We do need transcripts from any school where you received college credit. So you'll need to send those to us. You can send those through the mail or you can send them electronically. We prefer electronic because they come faster and they don't get lost. Sometimes they get lost in the mail. We do not require any GRE scores, so no standardized tests. So most people appreciate that. You will have two short answer questions that you'll need to answer on your application, and you will need to upload a resume. Finally, we do require a $50 application fee. However, as a thank you for attending this webinar, we waive that fee. So go ahead and apply, and you should not get charged the $50 fee. If you have already applied, and you're watching this webinar and you have paid that fee, please email me after this and I can refund it to you. Please don't be shy about that. It's very easy to do. And I'm going to share my email address with you in just a second, and you can just email me and I can refund that $50. Okay, and then our final bit of information today is our application deadlines. So even though we have deadlines, we encourage folks to go ahead and get your application in now. We read applications on a rolling basis. So that means if your application is complete, we will evaluate it and we will give you an admissions decision. We are currently taking applications for summer and fall term. Our summer deadline is May 1. However, we do have early enrollment scholarships. So if you apply, get admitted, and register for classes by April 25th, you will get $500 off your first semester tuition. There's no reason not to do this. It's just $500 more in your pocket. If you're interested in the fall term, our application deadline is August 1. But once again, if you go ahead and apply, get admitted, and register for classes by July 15th, you will get that $500 scholarship. If you're planning ahead for the fall term, that application deadline I'm sorry, we talked about fall, but if you're planning ahead for the spring term, which is a year from now, that application deadline is January 1 with an early enrollment scholarship of December 1. Okay, so that's really the nuts and bolts of our information today. My contact information is in front of you, sgold@tulane.edu. There is a phone number, but I tell people never call. I'm never in front of my phone, but I'm always in front of my email. So it's much faster to email me. If you don't have any questions now, which is perfectly fine, you will be getting a thank you email from me tomorrow with a recording of this webinar. So if you have questions or you want to review something, you can look at it. And if you want to remind yourself of my email address, I will be sending that to you. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. So, with that said, I appreciate it. Doesn't look like anything's in the chat. I appreciate everybody taking time out of a busy Monday to hear about our programs, and I certainly hope that I will be seeing applications from all of you. And if you have any questions, just reach out. But thank you, everybody. Have a great Monday, and I hope to be welcoming you to Tulane very soon. Thank you.